What's up, everybody? It's your girl, P. Coffee Brown, Coach Koffe here in H-Town. And this video gonna be a trip today. I got about 15 minutes, so I'm just gonna give it to y'all. I got an inbox message from this guy. I get inbox messages from dudes all the time telling me about their females and whatnot, and, asking me for, my thoughts and my wisdom about relational adversity and issues. Dude inboxes me about this chick. Now, the girl has clearly put something on him, because most dudes, they just walk off if a girl is not integrous in her behavior, right? Dudes just be like, oh man, and they dip. This particular guy is attached to this woman. I mean, she did some things that I just am prohibited to repeat on this video at this time, because I'm sure that y'all ain't ready for all that. Okay, so anywho, he shares with me the situation with old girl, and so he finally comes to the place where he goes to the end of the dialogue, and he says to me, I really love her, and I've been committed to her, and I have been exclusive with her, and I can't believe that she would cheat on me. So I asked him for permission to speak freely. And he's like, yeah, Koffe, I trust you. Go ahead and go ahead and speak on it. I said, are you some type of idiot, or you just got stupid written across your forehead? I said, this chick ain't your wife. So I'm not understanding why you are asking her to be at wifey standards with girlfriend benefits. I don't understand that. So he was like, what you mean by that? What you mean by that? I said, just what I said. I said, here's the deal. And I would just keep it 100. I'm going to be real raw. This is going to be very, very raw. Probably the most raw video I've ever done. If you're not married, there is no law against the person that you're quote unquote exclusive with knocking somebody else down. It ain't no law. Neither one of y'all have said I do, and there is no law against fornication in the land, if you will, right? But there are laws that prohibit certain behaviors when it comes to married people. I mean, you can literally look at a divorce decree and see that it says the marriage was dissolved because of adultery, okay? Or, or something along those lines. That's a law of the land, and it's also a biblical truth where it says thou shalt not, right? Now, marriage is the only institution that has, when it comes to this, just this, where there are natural and spiritual laws that pretty much almost coincide with each other. Even the laws of the land recognize adultery as something that is not acceptable in a marriage, period. It's just not acceptable. Whether it's natural or spiritual, it's not acceptable. And it is the exit in a marriage that the Bible gives us the exit for. It is the only thing that is approved by the creator of the universe as a just cause for divorce. Read your Bible, people. Read your Bible. Now, I know that we get divorced for several other reasons. Now, this is a no judgment zone. I'm just speaking the truth, okay? There are facts and there's truth. Now, the fact is we could find ourselves in a very bad situation. I've been there myself. I dealt with someone who had PTSD and was extremely violent when those symptoms were not handled properly, okay? The police came to my house 9 different times and never took my spouse to jail because I lived in a no-fault state. And they said, this is the marital property, and we cannot ask him to leave the marital property. No-fault state. Bull jive. Anywho, back to the story. That is a reason for you to walk away from a marriage. I mean, you could separate. You really could. Nonetheless, if there is an instance where you feel that your life is in danger and that kind of stuff, then I would say run, and run as fast as you can. Okay? This is just my opinion. 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 Okay? Just my opinion. Nonetheless, I know I had to protect and preserve myself, and I have children. So I had to protect, preserve myself and my children. Although I will say this publicly on any platform, my spouse never, ever harmed or threatened harm to our children. Thank God. It was only he and I that were in a domestic violence situation, not the kids, okay? The kids were not harmed by him ever. Oddly enough, he was a great father, not a good husband. Great father, not a good husband, okay? Anywho, let's move forward. I told the guy, I said, listen, you are not in covenant. So you asking this girl to be loyal to somebody that she doesn't have his last name. What for? And why you tripping on her knocking somebody else down? I mean, seriously? If they're not your spouse, then they are free to screw whoever they choose. Doesn't make it wrong or right. It makes it a decision. And we all are grown. If we're sleeping with anybody and they are our spouse, we cannot tell them to not screw nobody else. We would hope that they wouldn't, but that is not the law. Neither is it covenant, and it ain't no real commitment. Being exclusive with someone is just words. I mean, let's just put the hay down where all the billy goats can get it. It's freaking words. Somebody will tell you whatever they want to tell you to keep you locked in. Be it a guy or a girl. This is a dude tripping. I know females trip about this stuff all the time, but I have met a few dudes that these women have put something on their aspirin, and they about to lose their mind over that for JJ, honey. Over the JJ, honey. That thing got some power. Penis and the vagina got some power over some people, because some people are pros at this. They've been doing it for a long time. And they actively know what to do to drive somebody nuts in the bedroom. So, anywho, if you are single and unmarried, then you may want to put your big girl panties on and your tight briefs on, because you may be in for a ride with somebody that ain't on the same roller coaster with you. How about those odds? Because some of these people out here in these streets is out here in these streets. Only thing I can recommend is that you strap up before you put it in anywhere. And vice versa, ladies. Go get you some condoms and make sure they're in a cool, dry place. Because if they get it kind of moisture or heat to them, honey, they're not effective at that point. I'm just telling you. I ain't say this. I ain't tell y'all this. It's all over the doggone packaging. Store in a cool, dry place. I'm just saying. So if a dude ever pull out a condom out of his wallet, you may as well forget that crime scene. Because somebody gonna get murdered. LOL. You know, you could risk a STD because it's not effective if it's hot. And secondly, you could risk it breaking and you becoming impregnated by somebody you don't want to be pregnant by. So anyway, fast forward, next topic. Fact is, we are grown. We can do what we want to do with our bodies, with whoever we choose to do it with, how we choose to do it. End of discussion. We all grown, right? The truth is, there are only laws in the land that respond to a commitment and a covenant. Now, in some states, they respond to the commitment of you've been living here with this person over 6 months, so we consider you as what? Common law married. So hint, clue, clue. That's still considered as a marriage in these great United States of America. And yes, I am using inappropriate grammar on today. Just to put the hay down where the billy goats can get it. Okay? Serious, real talk. If you're going to be having sexual intercourse with anyone that you do not carry their last name, or fellas, that you didn't give her your last name, then you may run the risk of them knocking down another human. And you may find them straying to other opportunities. Okay? So if we're going to be adults about our behavior, let's be adults in totality and deal with the dirt of our decisions. Period. This is the dirt of our decisions. Dealing with someone that we're not married to, we don't have a covenant with, we don't have no ring on our finger that suggests we belong to that individual. So we have to man and woman up, put your big girl panties on and your tight briefs on, and strap up for the ride, because they just simply may not be on the same roller coaster with you. So this is your girl, Coach Koffe, in these great Texas streets, honey, where everything is bigger. At least that's what they tell me. But I don't know about all the validity to it. I'm just saying that's what they say. That's the Texas slogan. Everything bigger. Sick of y'all inboxing me about this foolishness now. I just had to get that out of my system. I feel better now. I think I'm going to get a snack. On a serious note, y'all, seriously, if we're going to be out here doing what we do, we got to be mature about it and handle it effectively, because that's why a lot of things are going haywire in the times that we live in, where people are doing things like harming each other, showing up at folks' house unannounced, talking about what you doing over here. I'm finna get busy. That's what I'm doing over here. I'm just saying, truth of the matter. Let's just keep things 100, okay? If you're unmarried and you're having relations with somebody that you ain't related to, come on, somebody, then you should expect them to be doing whatever they do with you, with somebody else too, boo. I'm just saying. This is Coach Koffe. Y'all get at your girl. And let's get it together, please.